Michigan, Ohio State, Packers, Bears, Yankees, Red Sox. The term rivalry was coined in the late 1500s as a contest between two people or groups competing against each other to be more successful. And now it's a term that is synonymous with two sports teams that meet annually on the biggest stage, fighting for the same goal. Posters line the hall. Pep rallies are the standard tradition during the week because this is a tradition unlike any other in the entire state of Michigan. Brother Rice, Catholic Central. This is Boys Bowl. Hello and welcome to a beautiful Sunday afternoon here at Father Elmer Memorial Stadium, live from the booth. I'm Josh Rothert alongside Lucas Straish, and we welcome you to a heavyweight matchup, the greatest rivalry in the whole state between Birmingham Brother Rice and Detroit Catholic Central.
Yeah, the tradition of the Boys Bowl dates back all the way to 1944. First one happened at Briggs Stadium, or Detroit Tiger Stadium, where Catholic Central faced off against Boys Town, Nebraska. They were regarded as the best team in the nation. In front of 53,000 fans, watched a tie, 14-14. It's the biggest crowd for a high school game in the state of Michigan ever. The concept was the thought of the Catholic Central athletic director at the time, Father James Martin. He proposed a yearly game between the best team in the state of Michigan and the best team in the nation. Catholic Central matched up with Boys Town in Nebraska until 1959, when the likes of Cathedral, Warren De La Salle, OLSM, and others were soon added to the schedule.
And of course, Brother Rice was also included in that mix. Actually, the most common opponent, 39 of 78 games, and now 40 of 79 if you count today, have been against the Warriors. 32 straight Boys Bowl matchups against each other, spanning from 1966 to 1997. CC leads the all-time series against Brother Rice, 36-30-1, including 21-18 on Boys Bowl Sunday, and they have 8 straight wins against Brother Rice, averaging 23.3 points per game during that streak, and Brother Rice averaging only 11.5 across the last 8 games. And Jaden Pyden will notably be making his first start at quarterback today. Of course, last time these two teams met in Boys Bowl, Brother Rice took the loss. Catholic Central winning 30-7 thanks to a great game from Declan Bile and the trio of wide receivers consisting of Zerke, Davenport, and Owen Semp.
Yeah, Brother Rice has not gotten off to a good start this year. They're 0-5, and they'd be lucky to average 11.5 in this one, as they're only averaging about 8 points per game on offense. On defense, they're giving up around 32 points per game. They've struggled, and doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, they're retaining their quarterback from last year, Morogi, who against De La Salle last year went to Wayne State, threw for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns to lead them to an upset victory over the then #1 team in the state. They ended up winning their district before falling in the regional semis. This year has not been their year.
Yeah, of course, and you mentioned the quarterback for Brother Rice. Bo Jackson, who has started for a year and a half, will now back up Jaden Pyden today, who has run basically every position you can name on the field. You're going to see much less passing. Jackson averaging about 12 to 15 passes per game this year. You're probably going to see about 80 to 90% run today. Pyden started for the freshman team his freshman year at quarterback, but significantly less running. You're going to see the Wham, you're going to see the Wildcat, you're going to see a lot of the old style smash mouth run football from Catholic Central.
Yeah, and let's take a look at the CHSL standings. Right now, Toledo Catholic Central Catholic is leading. They are undefeated in division. De La Salle is right behind them. They lost a close one in Toledo. St. John's is in third. St. John's lost their recent one. So now there's a 3-way tie between Catholic Central, St. John's, and OLSM for third place in that division. We'll see St. John's in a couple weeks. St. Francis de Sales is 1-4, and Brother Rice sitting last in the division. 0-3 record in conference, 0-5 overall.
Yeah, and that Brother Rice offense you're going to see today is very run-heavy. You're probably going to see 2/3 runs. Cashton Papadelis was the running back last year along with Nolan Ray. Papadelis injured. We will unlikely to see him play today, so it's been Vincent Farage and also a freshman Orozco out of the backfield. And when they throw, it's usually to the older Orozco, Max Orozco, leading the team in all 3 statistical categories, which if you look at touchdowns, that is a weak category for Brother Rice. They've only put up 3 offensive touchdowns in 5 games this year.
Yeah, the defense has given them some points, but overall they've been disappointing, allowed around 31.6 points per game. Their team lead in tackles is Kavion Powell. He has 46. Their only points against St. John's were a safety off a bad snap, but other than that, nothing going from either side of the ball.
Yeah, and Catholic Central's offense, you know, they've kind of been all over the place. This was a pass-heavy team come week one, and really has been a team that's grown really into a team that relies on the run for success. The Wildcat, the Wham, single back sets, double back sets. Really, you're going to see them mix it up a lot. There's no real strategy here on offense, kind of a lot of different combinations. But the ground game is going to be the most successful today. You're going to see Krieger, you're going to see DeAndre Green, you might see Cedric Williams, but most importantly, you're going to see Jaden Pyden the most out of all of them. Over 100 yards both of the last 2 weeks. Talking receiving corps, Nico Genrich broke his collarbone. He's out for the remainder of the season. And Nico McBride also not playing today. He had a boot on that left foot we saw in warm-up, so it'll be up to Samson Gash, Nathan Semp, Andrew Kitchen, Matt Williams to kind of shoulder on that load. And then, of course, the O-line, probably the best unit on this team. They have 4 two-year players. And when you have Kale Rogowski out there at tight end, you're basically playing with a 6th lineman, and that's what Catholic Central is going to do today.
Over to the defensive side, the front 7 has been very impressive so far. The D-line with Stone Chaney and Kale Rogowski off the edges, and Zane Baydoun and Danilo Gubernich in the middle, not allowed a lot of running and put constant pressure on the opposing quarterbacks. The linebackers were a position where they saw no returning starters. Obviously, Beckler Hauser, Braden Corser last year were all state. But now, with 3 new starters, Aiden Quinn, Cam Lloyd, and Kyle Ewing, they've played extremely well on that side. The secondary, Jaden Pyden will not be starting as safety as he's going to be playing quarterback. He's leading the team in tackles right now. We'll see how much he gets out there. You're going to see a lot of River Chaney and Andrew Kitchen in that unit.
Yeah, and taking a look now at the team comparison, you see quite the scarce difference here. Brother Rice minus 23 in the point differential per game this year. Catholic Central's offense has been pretty strong, but also kind of up and down. You know, last week only scoring 7 points, but the week before that putting up 16 against St. Mary's and up in the 40s the week before that. So it's kind of all been on the defense they played against. Brother Rice dropping out of the rankings. They were preseason top 50 in the D-Zone 100. Catholic Central moves down to 27 after their loss last week. And Brother Rice 0-5, and they haven't even been able to keep it close. Catholic Central 1-1 in one-score games this season.
Let's take a look at the road ahead for both these teams. Catholic Central first. They're playing Brother Rice obviously right now. Next Friday, they'll have St. John's Jesuit, Cincinnati LaSalle, and Mumford in the next 3 weeks.
And we take a look now at the D-Zone top 25. Obviously, the poll from last week, as all the games have not been completed this week, Belleville sits atop the D-Zone top 25. Only 1 Catholic League team in the top 25. There were 3 preseason top 25 teams if you count St. Mary's and Catholic Central. A lot of teams from the west side of the state. Things could get interesting, but most notably, there's no D2 teams in the top 10. And now we turn to take a look at everyone's favorite part of the pregame broadcast, Dracious Keys.
Yeah, for Brother Rice, I mean, you have a guy in Murogi who has proven, especially last year, that he can lead this team. I mean, you saw it at Wayne State for De La Salle. So Brother Rice is going to have to trust in him and get the ball in his hands as much as they can. They love to run the ball between Murogi and Farich. So we'll see if they can establish that early on. And they cannot allow a lot of chunk plays against a Catholic Central team whose offense has struggled recently. You got to keep them, get the 3 and outs, get the stops on defense. Over on the other side, Catholic Central is going to want to control the clock. You know this is a Brother Rice offense. It's not going to put up a lot of points. So you want to use your possessions, get as many scores out of them as you can, and try to run away with this game if you can. With Pyden starting at quarterback, you know there's going to be a lot of wildcat, a lot of running, but you need to mix up the offensive looks. Otherwise, Brother Rice is going to put 8-9 guys in the box every time, and you're going to want to bring a lot of pressure, especially with guys like Stone Chaney off the edge, who just got his first 2 D1 offers from Tennessee State and Toledo. He's a guy that's going to have a big game tonight, and I think he will.
Yeah, going back to that Brother Rice and limiting big plays, you know, Jaden Pyden on 4 of his 5 touchdowns this year have been over 40 yards. So really he is the ultimate tackle breaker, and I think Brother Rice would be better to have a second line of tackling because Pyden can just break through at any point. And you mentioned Chaney, of course, the son of Brian Chaney, who played football at Eastern Michigan. And Chaney And the rest of the captains heading out towards midfield for the coin toss, just moments away from kickoff here at the Elm. You're watching or listening to the 79th Annual Boys Bowl here on the Shamrock Media Network. Don't go anywhere. 10 minutes until kickoff.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon once again and welcome to the 79th Annual Boys Bowl game. We'd like to recognize before the coin toss our honorary captains who are here in memory of newly inducted Hall of Fame captain of our 97 football team, Joe Scroy, class of 98. Please welcome Joe's dad, Roy Scroy, class of 70, his brother, Mike Scroy, class of 2001, and Joe's wife, Jenny. Catholic Central has won the coin toss and has elected to defer to the second half. Brother Rice will defend the north end zone. afternoon. Welcome to the 79th Annual Boys Bowl game, presenting under the direction of Mr. Logan Bonathan and led on the field by Senior Drum Major Robert Minnick and Junior Drum Major Andrew Arisman, the Catholic Central High School Shamrock Marching Band. Good afternoon once again. Welcome to the 79th Annual Boys Bowl contest, this year featuring the visiting school, the Warriors of Birmingham, Brother Rice, and your Catholic Central Shamrocks. All Catholic League schools, especially Brother Rice and Detroit Catholic Central, hope to be about both good sports and good people. As we put today's game in its proper perspective, we now pause as Catholic Central Principal, Father Patrick Fulton, leads us in today's invocation.
Please stand, and gentlemen, remove your caps. We'd like to take a moment of silence to remember our Catholic Central brother, Stephen Sylvester, of the class of 24. Today we are joined with Stephen's parents, Rob, class of 91, and his mother, Marie. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, Amen. O loving God, we thank you for the blessings you have brought to our Catholic Central community for the past 95 years. Today our community comes together with our Brother Rice to celebrate the 79th Annual Boys Bowl weekend. As we play a spirited game, may both of our teams do their best, highlighting their skills and talents, and remain free of injury, and embody the values of good sportsmanship. May all our spectators be gracious and supportive of the players of both teams. May all of us here today be brought closer to you. We ask you to bless the entire Catholic Central community, including our numerous alumni and their families who returned to campus today to celebrate this great tradition. We ask for the protection of the mother of your son and our mother, Mary Alma Mater. May she continue to inspire us evermore. Mary Alma Mater, pray for us. St. Edmund Rice, pray for us. St. Basil the Great, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, Amen.
Fans, we ask that you please remain standing as we join the Catholic Central High School Marching Band as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
fashionably late to kick off here. 1:07 p.m. Brother Rice will receive the opening kick. Catholic Central won the toss. As the seas of blue pouring into the bleachers, Brother Rice's section looking a little lopsided today. Notable inactives for Catholic Central's team today: Dylan Young, Nico McBride, Dwayne Johnson, Nico Genrich, Preston Hauser, Vasilios Damavalidis, all injured, will not play today. Good news for the Shamrocks. The two-way player Cam Lloyd back after a 3-game absence with an ankle injury. He is suited up and will start on defense. And we'll get to see Blake Morogi in the Brother Rice offense first. Matigan to kick it deep for the Shamrocks.
A lot of injuries to the receiving corps for Catholic Central. A lot of opportunities for some sophomores, some freshmen. Get some reps out there. Matt Williams is among the people who are going to be getting some more action than usual.
Well, the Elma's rocking. Matigan to kickoff. And the 79th annual Boys Bowl is officially underway from the 10-yard line. Orozco meets the turf monster at the 18-yard line, and that's where Brother Rice's offense will start from. We take a look at the Warriors' starting offense, starting with that offensive line.
Yeah, and this is a team that has failed to really get any traction on this side of the ball going. They're going to like to run the ball, and this is a unit that's going to have to step up.
Yeah, and then, of course, the skill position players look for Orozco, the wide receiver lineup out wide, and along with Lucas Wells and Nick Covey, and then Farich will start in the backfield. Be interesting to see how Morogi translates over. Last year had a pretty solid game at Lawrence Tech against Catholic Central. Couldn't get it done as they lost 21-19, and they will start in a 5-wide format here. Morogi alone in the gun. Takes the snap. Looks short, throws, and the pass nearly intercepted. It was behind the intended target. That was Wells. Rude in coverage. And it'll bring up second out for the Warriors. We take a look now at the Shamrock starting defense.
Yeah, and this line has been very impressive. Stone Chaney, Rogowski off the edges. Zane Baydoun, who was not starting at the beginning of the year, it was Cal Rutherford. But as you've seen, a lot of the two-way players have transitioned to focusing more on one side of the ball, especially with the injuries.
And the linebackers, of course, they've gone to 4 linebacking group now with Rude, and then the secondary. Kitchen is the safety as Morogi keeps on second down, short gain. Manning the middle, Aiden Quinn, and on the tackle along with Chaney.
Yeah, Morogi is a willing runner, has just under 50 carries on the season coming in. And, I mean, he's under 300 yards passing for the season coming into this game. So third and 8 situations, not where they want to be. But you're going to have to see if Morogi can kind of channel into what he was doing last year, especially in games like at Lawrence Tech, at Wayne State, against some of the rivals in this CHSL Central.
And so it's 3rd and 8 on the Warriors' first drive. Coming in motion, Morogi looks. Pressure comes. Flushed out of the pocket. Stiff arms away from Rude, but he's brought down after a minimal gain. Give him 1 yard on the play. Chaney in on the tackle, and it's a 3 and out for the Warriors.
Yeah, at first it looked like he had a little bit of room as we checked the replay, but Rude makes a really nice play coming out from his outside linebacker position. Not falling, being overcommitting to the passing game, and just keeping an eye on Morogi and making the play.
Well, you touched on in the pregame how bringing pressure is only going to work to the Shamrocks' advantage, and now they're going to start with a shorter field. And Morogi also the punter for this Warriors team. Gash, the returner, muffs the punt, picks it up. Finds some running room right side. Cuts upfield. Flag thrown. Gash cuts over a few Warriors, and I think this one's going to come back, but he's able to get all the way up to the 22-yard line.
And he had a touchdown called back in our first game due to a holding, and it looks like that's what it was there around the 30-yard line.
And so while the refs sort this one out, as you take a look at the replay by Gash, we can turn to take a look at the Shamrocks starting offense. Now it's a little bit of a different face as you see Jaden Pydom will come out. But first, starting with the offensive linemen, obviously we talked about It's a very efficient group, and how often they rely on the run.
Yeah, and 4 guys coming back from playing a lot of snaps last year. And you have 3 starters on that offensive line returning, and then a 4th starter from that team is now playing tight end,
Well,
Kale Rogowski.
Mason Perry actually not starting. It's Swarhout today as Pyden takes the first snap. It's a pitch to Gash. Jet sweep wide. He's got a lot of running room to the left side. Gash on the first play of the game is going to go all the way to the house. It's a 56-yard touchdown on the sweep. Samson Gash.
And we touched on how with Pyden starting in the game, there's going to be a lot more running the ball. So you're going to have to find creative ways to get your playmakers out wide, get the ball into their hands, and Gash just takes the end around all the way to the house.
What a bang to start the Boys Bowl. We mentioned getting creative with the one-dimensional offense, and that's the way you do it. Bring a man in motion, and Samson Gash with that light tower speed, 4.4 speed.
Some great blocks out on the edge, too, to make that play happen.
And the extra point up and good, and we are just 2 minutes into the Boys Bowl, and Catholic Central is rocking and rolling, 7-0 Shamrocks.
As we look at the replay, great block there to set the edge. And Gash shows off his 4.4 speed. Casimir Moore, the fullback, is the one who made that play happen.
Well, we saw Gash's explosiveness on that punt return that got called back, and then he just replicated it one play later. Take a look at the sea of blue right there. Shamrock faithful. And so Brother Rice will get a do-over on offense.
I mean, pretty quick 3 and out. And incompletion, and then a couple runs by Morogi that netted only about 4 yards. So I think this is a great chance to try to get Vincent Farich the ball a couple times, see what he can do. And they really need to figure out a way to push the ball downfield. Max Roscoe does have almost 200 yards receiving, but other than that, the passing offense for Brother Rice has been non-existent this season. If they're able to get that going, they might be able to make this one a game.
Yeah, worth mentioning that 10 straight Boys Bowls have gone under 50 points. This has just been typical CHSL dogfight. Of course, last year, no exception, as Catholic Central was shut out on their home field by De La Salle.
Mason Mergen made that one his game.
Oh, the Mason Moragan legacy game. So from their own 20 after the touchback, Morogi will get another chance here.
Last week's jackpot was over $1,000. Today looks to eclipse that by
Not even 2 minutes in, Catholic Central, one play, 55 yards, touchdown.
Farich the lone back. Rice lines up on the wide side of the field. Korzanuski throwing in instructions from the sideline. Morogi with the give to Farich, and he's able to break the initial contact. Not much doing up front for the Warriors. Farich picks up 2.
This offense just got to find a way to get into rhythm, start getting some chunk plays down the field. As you mentioned, only 3 offensive touchdowns in their first 5 games. Not going to be able to get it done.
Morogi takes the snap, another give, and shifting off a tackler. Ball came out at the end of the play. Not sure how that happened.
Yeah. Seems like forward progress was stopped. And either way, the Warriors came up with the ball. Looked like Farich might have had a little bit of room at first there, but great job by Rutherford in the middle, who is getting some snaps.
Short gain on the play.
Kind of stuffed that play right away. It's going to be 3rd and about 6.5 here.
This is a passing down. Morogi's got to be comfortable here in a hostile environment.
Looks like they're going to call timeout.
They just really struggled to get the plays in, so Brother Rice will call their first timeout.
Brother Rice offense back on the field for 3rd and 7. 5 wide receivers.
They go trips bunch set to the left side. Morogi looks that way. Throws short, and it is behind Wells again. Ewing was the man that broke that up, and that is another 3 and out. So back-to-back 3 and outs. The Warriors offense has looked very slow at the start.
It's been non-existent. Not been able to gain yards, and only under 10 yards on their first two drives is not going to get it done, especially against a front 7 like the one the Shamrocks have.
Morogi with a higher punt this time. Gash will wave for the fair catch at the 49, and he's going to get a few extra as Timothy Ranches, he bumped into Gash before he was able to complete the process of the catch. The refs will gather and decide whether they'll give kick-catch interference here. And they do wave it off.
Yeah, there are a couple Shamrock blockers there, so they might have said that he pushed him in.
And look at this, Jaden Pyden, 1 play, 1 touchdown. So now we get Bo Jackson at quarterback.
I mean, you have a guy like Bo Jackson, started a year and a half. You knew you weren't going to see him, not at all. Like, you knew he was going to be out on the field for a little bit, but it's surprising, especially after the success of that first play. He's already back on the field.
4 receivers. Jackson takes the shotgun snap. Looks long for Kitchen, and it is caught by Kitchen. What a catch. He went up and got it.
And Kitchen kind of came on down the stretch last season, had a really good game against St. Mary's. As we take a look at the replay, we have not seen him utilized really at all on offense. He shows there.
Great throw by Bo Jackson. Yeah, those Shamrocks wide receivers with the injuries to Genrich McBride. It's going to be Gash, Matt Williams, Nathan Semp, and Kitchen. As you see Pyden right back in here. Cedric Williams, the running back. Pyden moves Green in motion. Fakes it. Pyden will keep. And he's brought down on the edge by Vegas Say.
Stopped on the play by Vegas C. Gain of 2 in 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, Pyden's had a lot of broken tackles there, but a really nice job by the Rice defense to get him down on first contact. You don't see that a lot with a physical runner like him.
They just got a lot of bulky guys out there, you know. Short and wide. Casimir Moore, Lee Krieger. Williams comes in motion. Pyden the snap, fakes the give. He's going to look to pass. He's got a man wide open downfield. It's Moore. Pass to the end zone, and it is just overthrown, intended for Casimir Moore.
Yeah, he had him there. Not sure if Moore kind of let up a little bit during the middle of that route or if it was just overthrown by Pyden.
Fantastic play design as Williams and Pyden draw the entire defense into the box in front of the line of scrimmage, and then Pyden able to exploit the defense but unable to convert. And so Pyden's first pass attempt of his career falls incomplete. And it's 3rd and 8 for the Shamrocks. Green in motion. They fake it to him. Pyden will carry it, and he won't get much. Flag is thrown. 2 flags thrown.
One thing we've seen on every single Shamrock play so far is a lot of motion. They've been motioning these receivers in from either side and kind of creating some of that jet sweep action. It's almost like they're running a lot of option plays with the receivers.
Kind of reminds you of DeWitt as we have a personal foul face mask against the Warriors. And so Brother Rice able to stop the Shamrocks, but the penalty will give CC an automatic first down. So this drive is not spoiled just yet. First down and 10 from the 14.
And that's a killer. I mean, they had him stopped. Just can't let that happen, especially right at the end of the play like it did there. It was unnecessary penalty.
Pyden in the gun, motion is green. Fakes to give to Williams. Pyden to keep. Jukes past the linebacker inside the 10. Like Kanawa in there on the stop.
Second and 5 inside the 10-yard line. I saw the original and maybe 2.
I mean, this is what you're looking for right here. I mean, you got 9 linemen. Samson Gash, they fake it to him. Pyden on the keeper. Vegas Say is not going to let Pyden get anything here.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a formation. I mean, you see power formations, but that was out of the ordinary, especially motioning Gash off to that side. I mean, running up the middle is going to be tough on that with all 11 guys from Brother Rice in the box.
And so faced with a similar 3rd down and 5. Warriors already got 1 stop on this drive, nullified by that penalty. Same formation. Pyden is in the gun. Gash lined up out wide, takes the snap. Pyden, direct power to the left side, unable to escape. Nolan Hanawa from Brother Rice on the stop, a loss of 3. And it's decision time for Justin Sasante.
What's interesting to me is on these first 2 drives, you see no carries from Krieger, from Lloyd, from Cedric, none of them.
Well, we did see 5 two-way starters against St. Mary's, and just with the continuous deteriorating injuries to this team, they have kind of shifted to starting people on just one side of the ball. And so Jake Mategan called on out for his first field goal attempt of the game. Chip shot from just 29 yards away. Good snap, good hold. Jake Mategan from 29 yards is right on through. Catholic Central takes a 10-0 lead over Brother Rice. Late in the first quarter, 4:45 to play. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Shamrock Media Network. Mategan to kick off for the Shamrocks after the field goal from the 2. And a hard hit. River Cheney delivers.
On the first 2 kick returns, The two that have been brought out by Brother Rice, really good coverage from the Shamrocks, just not allowing any extra yards. And a Brother Rice offense that's really one-dimensional, not able to move the ball, has not had a lot of room to operate.
So Brother Rice, 6 offensive plays thus far, only 8 total yards.
From their own 16.
Morogi entering the game with a 50% completion percentage, 294 yards passing, and 1 passing touchdown. 4 receivers, 2 on each side. Morogi in the gun. The give to Farich up the middle. And the ball came out at the end of the run. That's the second time we've seen that. Ewing wanted a free 6.
But the way that Brother Rice has gotten the ball starting at the 15, about the same spot on their first drive, it's just making the field that much longer for an offense that's not able to move the ball as it is.
They give Farich 2 on a play, brings up 2nd and 8. Same formation, 2 receivers on each side. Morogi in the gun. Motioning Orozco. Takes the snap. And the flag does come in. Morogi will just throw it away as Lucas Wells and Orozco both in motion at the same time.
Yeah,
and if I'm Sassante, I might even decline this.
Yeah, and we've seen already, I mean, Brother Rice had to waste a timeout because they weren't able to get the play. It just looks like they're not on the same page out there. There's been a couple times where they've had to use up almost the entire play clock just trying to figure out what they're supposed to do. And there you had 2 guys move at the same time. We'll see what Sassante's decision is.
And really just a free fall for a team that upset De La Salle last year and won their district over Walled Lake Western. So Sassante will take the added 5 yards and move the Brother Rice offense back. Orozco in motion. Morogi, quick pass for Orozco. That pass is caught and laid down immediately by Josh Rude.
Yeah, really nice tackle there. Orozco looking for a flag. I'm not sure what that would be for, but Rude. It's exactly how, especially in a day where all these penalties are called for hits up high, that's exactly how coaches are teaching their players to hit. Lead with the shoulder right into the chest and plant the guy on the ground. Great play there from Rude.
And so it brings up 3rd and 9 for the Warriors. Backed up deep in their own end. Morogi, quarterback keeper up the middle, unable to escape from Lee Krieger. And stop me if you've heard this one before. It's a 3 and out for Brother Rice.
Yeah, it looked like there was a little bit of a window for Morogi right when he took off, but I mean, it's going to be hard to move the ball on this team, especially if you're not able to do it through the air. I would say if this Shamrock defense has a weakness, it'd be fair to say it's in the secondary, especially with how this front 7 plays. So if you're not able to attack that part, I mean, this front 7's going to eat you up all game.
Morogi to punt it. This one to Gash. Takes it from exactly midfield with some running room. A flag comes in from behind. Gash breaks a tackle. So explosive, averaging probably 20 yards per punt return on the year. And it'll come back nonetheless.
So they spot it. Flag came in around the 45-yard line.
There is a flag on the play.
And the notorious block in the back on the return team, probably the most common called penalty in all of sports.
Either that or a foul on a James Harden drive.
Or the Dallas Cowboys defense last week.
Yeah.
Right, that special teams tackle. So Tim Brent
Interesting to see what Catholic Central decides to do here. If we could put a snap counter graphic on the screen, you'd see Bo Jackson with 1 and Jaden Pyden with 7. It's Pyden to start this drive for the Shamrocks. They lead 10-0 late in the first quarter, 2:05 to play. Motioning Gash over, fakes it to Gash. Pyden on the keeper with some running room, breaks a tackle, and is brought down on the play by Amir Carter, that boundary cornerback.
Yeah, Pyden already 6 carries in this one. Surprised, haven't really utilized any of the running backs. Shamrocks have a pretty deep room there, but seeing a lot of Cam Lloyd and Lee Krieger on defense. Maybe they're trying to save their snaps for that side of the ball. So it does look like Krieger's going to be out there right now.
Yeah, Krieger not even starting in the backfield, kind of starting up by more, doubling up that fullback position along with Rogowski, a tight end. Although Rogowski is on the sideline for this one. Pyden will look to throw. Drops back, deep ball, wide open, nobody on Samson Gash. That is an easy 6. Gash's second of the game, and Pyden looking like a natural at the quarterback position. Touchdown, Shamrocks.
I don't think Pyden's going to have an easier throw all day. Gash was wide open, not a Warrior defender within 15 yards.
Just a double move, absolutely crosses up the far safety, and that is right in the breadbasket for Jaden Pyden. 47 yards to the house. Samson Gash, 2 touches, 102 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Metegan on for the extra point to make it a 3-score game.
Forget about the quarterback controversy. If every receiver's going to be open like that, pretty sure Sasante can go out there and toss him.
And so Metegan tacks on the extra point. And this is the most dominant quarter of Shamrock football all season.
100%. This is an offense that has not put up a lot of points so far, but especially the last couple weeks against Catholic League teams. But right now, they're looking at as dominant as ever.
Commit for whatever reason. Cool 0.1 points. There's a 0. Who are you looking at? The Bears. Oh, fantasy football.
17-0 Shamrocks. Metegan to boot it deep. And this one will go out of bounds, and the penalty will give Brother Rice their best starting field position of the game out to the Shamrock 35-yard line.
We'll see if they'll be able to use this to maybe try to jumpstart this offense. Right now, this game has been all Shamrocks. I don't think Coach Sasante could have envisioned a better start, especially the way last week's game went, where in that first half, Catholic Central could not move the ball. Obviously, this is a Brother Rice team that is not the best in the state of Michigan, far from it, but Coach Sasante's got to be happy with the results he's seen so far.
Yeah, 136 total yards for the Shamrocks to the Warriors 17. In the gun, motions over, throw to Orozco is caught. Orozco is going to be the main beneficiary of Morogi's passes today. Well, all short gains so far for Brother Rice. I mean, already falling behind 17. Maybe you think it's time to take a shot downfield. the whole far side of the field open. Morogi in motion. On the carry is Abro. Picks up the first down on the jet sweep. Brother Rice's longest play of the day for 7 yards.
A little hop there from Abro. Got the first down for this Warrior offense, and we'll see if they can build on that. Start moving the ball downfield.
Exactly what you need to kickstart it. Two by two on first down for the Warriors. Rogie in the gun. Orozco motioned over. Fake it to Abro. Morogi, quick throw. Intended target is Orozco, and that will end the first quarter as it falls incomplete. DeAndre Green in coverage, and we will flip the field and come back. A dominant first quarter. Samson Gash, 2 touchdowns for the Shamrocks, and they lead the Boys Bowl 17-0. Back in 30 seconds for the start of the second quarter. So after the incompletion to Orozco, Brother Rice will head towards the north end zone, which is where all the points have been scored thus far. Morogi, Give, and Rutherford and Rogowski combine for a tackle for loss. No room for Farich.
Stopped on the play by Cal Rogowski and Cal Rutherford. Loss on
His
the
front
play.
seven has just been impressive.
From the Warrior
I mean, you take away that 50-yard run that Trey Goike had a few weeks ago, and Catholic Central was holding St. Mary's to under 2 yards per carry and looking to do the same today.
And obviously that run by Goike made that very interesting game. Third down, draw play, 3rd and 15 or 3rd and 20.
20.
And an onside kick that almost got recovered by the Eaglets.
Rogie on 3rd down completes it on the out route. Orozco over the first down marker, and Brother Rice has back-to-back conversions here, and they have moved into Catholic Central territory.
Yeah, Orozco has been Rogie's favorite target throughout the season. You can see it already, 4 catches for him.
Correction, 14-yard gain on that last play.
Rogie fakes to give, rolling out, throwing for Wells. And Lucas Wells is able to get further into Shamrock territory. Morogi finding his rhythm now as he's completed back-to-back passes for 15 yards.
We've seen some pretty good coverage from the Shamrock secondary to start this one, but Wells was wide open and down the near sideline on that play. Gotta make it tougher on them, especially an offense that's struggled so far. You cannot give them easy plays like that to get them into a rhythm.
And they've used that open side of the field as they've been on the hash both times and thrown to the far side. Morogi, pressure comes, throwing again into coverage, and it's intercepted by DeAndre Green, his 2nd interception of the season. That pass was just behind Orozco there.
just when Brother Rice had started getting some momentum on the offensive side, pushing the ball downfield, back-to-back first downs. Just a bad throw here by Morogi, looking for Orozco. Just put it on the wrong shoulder. Might have been open for a first down if he put it on his back shoulder, but wasn't able to place it there.
Just a drive killer. Morogi feeling the pressure. And a great play by the junior DeAndre Green. Of course, he had one week 1 against Dearborn. Almeida out, the featured back, to start the drive for the Shamrocks. Scored on all 3. Oh, he line up in the slot.
I mean, he's got very fast speed outside on the out of the backfield. He's shown his speed. So
bad snap. Cedric Williams gets it. Well, center has been a topic of discussion. It was Mason Perry to start the season. Ryan Swarthout has moved into that starting role today. Looks like Mason Perry might even have moved into the right guard slot.
Robert Zbicki has been dealing with some injuries.
He is on the sideline right now. It's a loss of about 2 or 3 yards on the play.
He had a dislocated shoulder, and it said he was good to go, but maybe Sasante is being cautious with him as Jackson's in the backfield now looking to throw.
Jackson throwing the bubble screen pass to DeAndre Green. Breaks a tackle, breaks another one. Green out past the 17-yard line, close to the first down. Green making plays on both sides of the ball.
We haven't seen him utilized as much, especially in the games we've called out of the backfield, but he's getting some carries last weekend. You can see there, swung it out to him from Bo. It looks like Jackson's going to stay in the huddle for this third down play.
I think Sasante does a fantastic job of finding his players' strengths and utilizing them. Obviously, we've seen Gash's speed utilized numerous times throughout this game. Here's a 3rd and short, just 2 yards to gain. Bo jump pass, quick, and caught by Kitchen. He's got the first down, his second grab of the game. And Jackson has completely restored his confidence. He is perfect so far today. 3 completions for 29 yards.
It's been impressive, especially, I mean, players deal with losing their starting role in different ways, and it looks like Bo's used it to elevate his game, to show why he should be on the field. And both quarterbacks so far have been extremely impressive.
4 receivers on first down from the 25. Jackson remains in the game at quarterback. Looking. Firing a deep ball for Gash. That pass is underthrown and caught by Gash. Breaks a tackle and is all the way into Brother Rice territory. He went up and got it. What a head tap from Gash.
Yeah, that ball was a little more towards the middle field than Jackson would have liked, but great catch from Gash, showing he's not just all speed, and he's definitely been the star of the game so far. Took an end around 55 yards, wide open on a double move for 47 in there. Great chunk of about 30.
A give on first down to Krieger. Krieger muscling forward past the 35 and down to the 34.
Lee Krieger ran the ball. Brought down the play by William Lewis.
Jackson remains perfect on the day, up to 67 yards through the air. It's a 32-yard completion to Samson Gash.
Gain of 4 brings up 2nd down and 6.
Jackson will stay in the game.
Jackson looking. Gonna throw to Krieger out of the backfield. Krieger stiff arms off a man, makes one miss. Spin move, and he cuts upfield. Close to that red zone.
In the Toledo Central Catholic game, there was a big connection between those two. Not sure if that'll go down as a run on the lateral, but great job by Krieger after the pass, and great job by Jackson not trying to force it downfield when there's not a lot available. Just checking down to his guy and letting him make a play.
Jackson looking, throwing over the middle, and incomplete. And that one's not going to be on Bo, is right through the wickets of Matt Williams' hands, and incomplete.
That's when Williams has got to have great route on the out to the left side, but just wasn't able to secure it before trying to make a turn upfield. Almost thinking about what he was going to do with the ball before he had it.
And so Jackson will head to the sideline. It's Pyden in the game at quarterback. 2nd down and 10. Takes the snap. Direct keeper. Pyden setting the edge, and he's tripped up. Shoestring saving tackle there by Miles Hemming.
And Hemming saved a touchdown. There was a great block on the outside. I believe it was Gash who set the edge there, and it's probably the only reason why Pyden isn't in the end zone right now.
Gain of 7. Pyden's up to 22 yards on the ground and 47 through the air. And he stays in the game. 3rd and 2. Gash in motion. They fake it to him. Pyden keeps able to maneuver around a tackler, and he did not get the first down.
It's going to be decision time here. Just about a yard to gain.
Stopped on the play by Finbar Everett. And Vegas C.
That's awesome. T-shirt toss time, and the dad catches it for the son. I mean, that's just, can't draw that one up any better. And so timeout called by Brother Rice before this decisive 4th down and 1. So we'll take a quick break. 17-0 Shamrocks halfway through the 2nd quarter. You're listening to the Shamrock Media Network. So we hear up from the booth, Coach Taylor and Coach Short saying, make sure you know the situation. 4th down and 1. Pyden keeping. Left edge. Walk-in. He wasn't touched until he got to the goal line. And the Shamrocks have another touchdown. 23-zip.
Just a power play on 4th down. Pyden got the yard in, much more. The Shamrocks an extra point away from being up 24-0.
The longest run of the day for Jaden Pyden, up to 37 on the ground and 47 through the air. It's a total of 81 yards total for the junior do-it-all. Mategan's kick up and good. 24-0 Shamrocks. Absolute domination in the early going. Little break away from the game action as we take a look around the NFL. The Dolphins and Bills in an AFC East battle tied at 14 apiece. The Bears lead the Broncos 14-7. Baltimore over Cleveland 7-3 midway through the second. The Pittsburgh Steelers yet to score against Houston. It's 13-0. The Texans leading that one. Panthers lead the Vikings 10-7. The Rams over the Colts 17-0. How about the Saints getting Alvin Kamara back? They lead 3-0 in the second over the Bucs. The Commanders, led by Sam Howell, leading the reigning NFC champions 14-7. And the Bengals and Titans battling it out in a boring game, 3-3 so far through the second as Brother Rice kickoff by Farich out to the 27-yard line. That's where they'll start their fifth drive of the game.
Yeah, this Bears offense has been pretty much dead. Apparently the Broncos are fixed to any team that needs to get their offense going. Maybe Brother Rice would have a better shot against that defense.
24-0. 5:30 to play in the second quarter. Two receivers on each side of Morogi. Orozco in motion. They go to him on the bubble screen, and he's able to move around tackler and a late hit at the end of the run here, and a little bit of extracurricular at the sideline. Not sure what happened there.
Looks like Shamrock's there.
Roscoe kind of slowed up before he got out of bounds. Kind of a weird play.
Looks like they finished the tackle into the out of bounds area, maybe too much, but no flag was thrown. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Morogi in the gun. Takes the second down snap. It's a give to Farich, and Owen Brown wrestles him to the ground. And some extracurricular on the sideline, and flags are thrown, and helmets. Oh, and this is getting ugly here as this is just coaches. Oh, this is unbelievable. Danilo Gubernic and one of the Brother Rice players on the sideline got into it at the end of that play.
And not everybody involved in that play will return to the field after.
As anger is just boiled over for Brother Rice as they have been unable to generate anything offensively. And for Catholic Central, it's just about being smart.
Sasante is fired up right now. Players from both sides threw punches in that one.
Yeah, both teams being ushered back to the sideline. Saw one of the helmets fly off from Brother Rice as the refs will gather and sort this out. Cue the Jeopardy theme song.
If you're wondering how the Steelers are doing, they just had a negative 6-yard completion.
Nobody cares. We saw something of this sort 2 years ago on the sideline here, which ended up with Eric Daughtery getting thrown out of the game. That was after that Mike Downs interception to seal the deal late in the fourth. It's much easier to see what's going on when it's not 100 yards away. We'll ask them to have their next skirmish in front of us instead of the far sideline.
Yeah.
Hey, switch to live cam, everyone. Shamrock defense returns to the field. Ref's decision awaits here as Gubernic has been thrown out of this game. I'm sure there's probably another player from Brother Rice also gone. Oh, looks like Brother Rice is going to be the...
That doesn't make any sense.
They're going to get a 15-yard penalty at the end of this play.
Calls on both sides. Offsetting penalties will.
Oh, no, they're moving the ball. They moved the ball. I don't think it's offsetting.
Correction
we have a replay of that we can run?
I don't understand how Brother Rice would gain any yards from this, as there's a Warrior through the first punch.
We apologize for the break in action. As this continues to get sorted out on the field. Brother Rice is going to pick up a 15-yard penalty and a first down here, which will move them closer to midfield.
Yeah, I don't know if I understand that.
Gubernich displeased with the ref's decision. Younger brother of Bruno, who played 4 years on the varsity team and played collegiately at Central Michigan University. The players rally around him on the sideline as Brother Rice's offense returns to the field. Didn't see any indication of any Warriors being ejected from the game, so play will continue without Gubernich. And so it's first down and 10 from the 46-yard line. Orozco picks up 5 yards on that play before the penalties. Morogi rolling out. Short pass and a hammering hit delivered by Josh Rude and answered. And at the end of the play, looks like Say is hurt, and we will take an injury timeout. Rude buries him in the ground.
It's a big hit from Rude. It was a clean hit.
A clear retaliation hit.
Yeah, just a little bit after the fact. A little bit of taunting, although it doesn't look like any flags were thrown.
Oh, clean hit, hard hit. I'll hear about that one in English class on Tuesday. And so we will step away momentarily as Say gets looked at on the field by the training staff. Don't go anywhere. We've got action on top of action here at the Elm. 24-0 Shamrocks on the Shamrock Media Network. Second down and 6 after the gain by Say.
Second down and 7 from just outside midfield.
Two receivers on each side. Morogi on the give to Farich. Finding a gap up the middle, and Farich able to get a solid chunk gain here. Picks up 4, and a late flag comes in.
Stopped out of the play by Kyle Weatherford.
So this is now 3 straight plays with a stoppage.
We'll see which way this goes. I didn't see what happened at the end of that one.
Had to be audible. I mean, really wasn't any. Brother Rice's offense has moved. Called unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense. I think that was on Krieger. They did show the number. They showed 2-0. And this is now just propelling Brother Rice's offense all the way down the field. They started deep in their own territory and now moving it all the way to the 30-yard line at Catholic Central.
Yeah, 30 free yards.
The 32.
Another touchdown. Is that 2 touchdowns for who? For the Bears. It doesn't. The game literally doesn't matter. It's the worst.
Patty started.
Overfield. Great game.
5 receivers on 1st and 10 from the Shamrock 32. Morogi, keeper. They brought the pressure, and he is leveled. Ball comes out at the end of the play. Recovered by, I think Cheney delivered the hit.
I think they're going to say he was down.
Kersey.
Let's take a.
And now Morogi's down on the field. That's not good at all for the Warriors.
Yeah, it was Cheney who had initially wrapped up, and it was Krieger who came in and delivered the big hit. It's going to be the 4th straight play.
With the
We take a stoppage. Let's hope Morogi's okay.
And Morogi up to this point, 6 for 10, 43 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception, along with 11 yards on the ground.
So I think they're going to say he was down by contact. They're not going to. It was a fumble.
Oh, Brother Rice's only other listed quarterback on the roster is Brady Thomas, and he is not dressed. He is in shorts carrying water, so be interesting to see. Looks like Orozco is warming up with another player. You see number 14 at the top of that huddle. And now a flag comes in. A flag comes in 2 minutes after the play.
Looks like this might be Ansasante or not.
Personal foul 2 minutes after the play. I mean, go figure.
I
Go
can see the
figure.
the first 2 penalties made sense, but that one I do not agree with. Krieger made a clean hit, shoulder to the chest of Morogi, and that's a bad call. And this is
So
going to be 45
make it
free yards.
45 penalty yards on this drive alone.
I don't understand that penalty. I don't.
Yeah, so it looks like Orozco is going to come in as the emergency quarterback, as Morogi will get checked into the medical tent. So Orozco in the game at quarterback. He has 4 catches for 26 yards out wide. And now he takes on the role of the quarterback. High snap, lost sight of it. Orozco just has to pounce on it. And that's a loss of 6 yards. Excuse me, a loss of 9 yards.
Yeah, and the first 17 minutes of this game went by pretty quickly, and this Brother Rice drive has dragged on.
Yeah, only 2 minutes left in this first half. Catholic Central will get the ball to start the second. They won the toss and deferred. I mean, Jackson and Pyden both look spectacular, so.
It's definitely been the bright spot from this game is how the offense has performed. The defense up to this drive have been playing amazing. Just some tempers have been flaring in a rivalry game like this.
Morogi, after 1 play on the sideline, checks back into the game. Takes the snap, looking short. Pass is complete to Lucas Wells, and he is able to pick up about half of the yardage.
Oh.
And another flag comes in, and the
That's
ball is also out, and I think the Shamrocks have it, but this is not going to be negated by the late hit.
And I don't think there's anything to be called there.
Wells emerges from the pile with the football.
I don't understand the flag coming in there. That was a clean tackle. It looks like the refs are just trying to stay on top of this game, but maybe by doing that they're letting it get away.
And another personal foul on the Shamrocks. Half a distance to the goal and an automatic first down. That will make it 52 yards of penalties on this drive. I am in disbelief.
I don't understand what the penalty is there. They saying maybe because Kitchen wrapped up and kind of tossed him almost, but that's a clean play as long as it's not excessive, and I didn't see anything excessive there.
let's compare it to the roughing the passer calls
Yeah.
in the NFL. I mean, we saw Minka Fitzpatrick on Sunday Night Football last week. Some of those have been
111.
ridiculous.
111, got it. Thank you, we got 111.
Clock is
They put a few
corrected.
seconds
Thank you very much.
back on the clock. Morogi in the gun. And they will have goal to go here from the 6. And they will run the clock.
First and goal at the 6.
Morogi motions over his receiver. And there,
We're at about 25 seconds for the flag to come out, but it will be a false start on Brother Rice.
False start on the offense, and move the ball back.
finally, and Catholic Central will use their first timeout as this has been the craziest drive in a long time.
Yeah.
Will the members of the 2024 Hall of Fame class, 23 Hall of Fame class, make their way to the north end zone?
If thinking back, obviously there's still a whole half to play in this one, but we have not called a close Boys Bowl game so far. Obviously our sophomore year, Shamrocks defeated Brother Rice 30-7, highlighted by the Owen Semp touchdown down the right sideline. Last year it was all De La Salle, 28-0. Mason Mergen made it his game.
Hey, 5.5 sacks, 6 sacks.
One of the
Maybe
more
it's
impressive
school-
defensive performances I've seen in
Oh.
high school football.
It's a school record last year. He is up near 30 sacks on the season. That's just unheard of.
Incredible.
Illini football player now, freshman up in Champaign, Illinois. So we'll try again. First down and goal, now back to the 11-yard line. Agasay is the running back next to Morogi. He motions out wide. That'll be 5 receivers. Morogi, look, throws short, and that pass incomplete. Lucas Wells
Blake Rowe's pass
tried to throw it short.
for Lucas Wells was incomplete. Lee Krieger on coverage for the Shamrocks. Brings up second down and goal from the Shamrocks 11.
55 seconds, 2 timeouts for the Shamrocks, 1 for the Warriors. You got to be thinking shot at the end zone here. With 5 receivers, Morogi, pressure coming off the edge. That was Ewing. Pass is tipped at the line of scrimmage and incomplete. Kyle Ewing, Kale Rogowski combined for the pressure, and someone lands a hit on Morogi.
Third down here, and still 51 seconds. You got to think if there's a incompletion or even a short gain, the Shamrocks might call timeout and try to see if they can get at least 3 points on the other end.
And for Brother Rice, I mean, you either got 2 shots to the end zone or maybe a chip shot field goal to try and get some points on the board, but Orozco coming in motion. Morogi alone in the backfield. Now it's Wells. Morogi. And another flag comes in. Is there too many men on the field, perhaps?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
That's
Yep.
12 men. That'll get you.
Flag on the play.
Penalties killing the Shamrocks, and now penalties killing the Warriors.
Illegal procedure on the offense.
Another news, the Texans defense has turned into the 85 Bears.
Goal from the Shamrocks 16.
That's enough. 24-0 Shamrocks. 50 seconds left to play in this first half. Third down and goal from the 16-yard line. Barrich is the running back. Morogi looking for Jeremiah Caffey. One-on-one, deep ball. Cheney in coverage. And the ball is overthrown and incomplete.
Pass
on to kick a field goal here for Brother Rice. They've only attempted one on the season. It was made from 36 out.
And that was Jack Schreiner. And Schreiner is the kicker here. You mentioned his only make from 36 on the season. This one is from 34. To get Brother Rice on the board. Snap is good, hold is good. Schreiner's kick is blocked at the line of scrimmage. Cheney picks it up, burrowing forward. And highlight play after highlight play as we get another look at Cheney.
Great job here. Cal Rutherford bursts right through the middle of this line and blocks this kick.
Oh, just right over top. I mean, smooth and athletic play from Cal Rutherford. And he is fired up.
So it'll be Shamrock's ball. 37 seconds to go.
Start at the 36. Cheney able to pick up a few more extra yards after the block. Bo Jackson, the quarterback, to start this drive for Catholic Central. He is 5 for 6 on the day with 84 yards. 4 receivers, trips to the right side. Gash alone at the bottom of the screen, and DeAndre Green in the backfield. Jackson looks, throws short. Gash on the screen, makes a man miss. He's got blockers upfield, cuts back to the middle of the field. Gash still on his feet and all the way down to the 38-yard line of Brother Rice.
Just an explosive player as he's grabbing at his ankle.
Now he's had ankle issues before. Oh, it's not looking good. Gash in a lot of pain. Picks up 26 on the play. Take another look. Swarthout out, lead blocking.
It almost looks like Gash, if he was a little slower, might have been able to score the touchdown, almost outran his blockers. But great job cutting back to the middle and gaining an extra 10, 15 yards.
Now the Shamrock faithful hold their breath. Gash has gone down a few times this year, grabbing that same ankle, and now a flag comes in.
That There's no Brother Rice players in the vicinity. I don't know how a flag can be called. It's getting out of hand with the personal foul penalties.
This is weird. I mean, I've never seen something
I've never
like this.
seen that, where the ref goes into the opposing team's huddle and calls a penalty.
Well, I don't think there's any way this is on Brother Rice.
Well, there's
So
no
this
Brother
is
Rice
gonna be-
player on the field right now.
It's going to be minus 15.
I don't understand unless it's on Sasante maybe just one of the players.
Look at
a little
maybe
chippy.
for the players.
I don't get it. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to call that flag.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense. That'll move him back 15, so Gash's long run comes back after picking up 26.
Boos raining from the crowd. I don't understand. I've never seen a ref go into a team's huddle and call a flag off of something that was said. 'Cause there's no physical contact made or anything.
And not
no
only
Brother Rice players there.
and not only does it move him back, but it actually makes it first down and 25.
Like on that one where I let the clock roll for like 15 seconds, because there was no signal. I was just like, all right, at least they fixed it. But are we rolling? That's not a rolling call. It's a. I'm not touching the clock. He's not giving me any indication.
All right, first and 25.
I got nothing.
4 receivers, Green the lone back.
I'm watching.
Jackson in the gun.
There it is.
The clock will run. Takes the snap. Looking long. Jackson over the middle. Caught by Matt Williams. Right back to the spot from before the 38-yard line, and the timeout comes in from Coach Sasante. The second timeout called this half. 17 seconds to play.
See if they try to take a shot downfield or maybe try to play for the field goal here. You'd have to get it probably around the 30-yard line, maybe closer.
Well, they do move the chain, so it is first and 10.
Yeah, it didn't make sense giving them first and 25 last time. That wasn't not the correct procedure there.
So it was not first and 25. It was first and 10 again. I guess. I'm just helping. I'm just here. I'm just, yeah. I just work here.
17 ticks left on the clock in the first half. Jackson takes a snap, looking long. Jackson looking deep. He's got Rude downfield, and it's broken up and incomplete in coverage for the Warriors. Timothy Wrenches.
Yeah, and a great play there. Bo couldn't really have thrown it much farther downfield due to the safety coming from over top, but it was in a place where Rude could make a play. Great job by the corner.
Brings up second down.
Look, Jim, my math is pretty bad. I went to Notre Dame. We can't count to 11. Okay, I got it.
Jackson again, 10 seconds. Same throw for Rude, this time on the out route. He's got close to a first down. How about Josh Rude? I mean, we haven't seen him play offense at all the last 2 seasons, and here he is getting some snaps out of wide receiver.
Yeah, I mean, they've had a lot of injuries on that side of the ball, especially Gash going down now. McBride, Genrich, who's been out all year. It's giving guys opportunities who, especially this season, like Kitchen, who we saw play a lot of offense last year. This year's been strictly safety.
He's out there for the 1st and 10 here from the 28. Jackson, maybe one play to the sideline or a deep ball. Gonna go deep for Nathan Semp, and a pass is nearly intercepted, underthrown by Bo.
And now
That time in coverage, Andrew Zawida.
Now Semp slow to get up in the corner of the end zone.
Double coverage there. Nice play for the Warriors, and now Jake Matigan will get a chance to extend this Catholic Central lead as Nathan Semp shaken up in the north end zone. We will take a short break, and when we come back, Jake Matigan will attempt a 46-yarder. Would be a career long for Matigan. And so we line up. Matigan converted his only attempt today from 29 yards. From 48, Matigan, that's got enough leg. Did it sneak in the uprights? It did. Jake Matigan from 46 yards, and he drills it. Catholic Central leads it at the break, 27-0 over the Brother Rice Warriors. A lot of good in this first half. Talk me through the outstanding performance from Catholic Central thus far.
I mean, they've used the big play as we take another look at this 46-yarder. I mean, go look. Talking about that, you don't really see a lot of college kickers who can consistently make from 46, let alone high school. Great job by Matigan. But the Shamrocks, whether it be Bo Jackson or Pyden at quarterback, have really been relying on the big play to move the ball downfield. Samson Gash been the beneficiary. Let's hope he's able to go in the second half. And on the other end, they've just not allowed any Brother Rice momentum on that side. The only time they were able to drive down the field was 4 personal foul or unsportsmanlike penalties, and even then, Rutherford came through with the blocked field goal. So we'll see what happens in the second half, but
yeah, I mean,
this
rivalry has been very back and forth. Obviously, only 3 more wins than Brother Rice in a head-to-head matchup over the Boys Bowl. 27-0 at halftime. Got to be the most dominant half between these two teams ever. And I want to highlight Bo Jackson. Came through a lot of adversity this week. 7 for 9, $136 in the first half. Catholic Central, leading 27-0. And now we'll take a look at the Catholic Central marching band.
Hall of Fame team inductees, please get with your team. Get with your team. See you about another 5-10 minutes.
All right, band, get ready. Here we go. Do this. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the field, where you will see that the Shamrock Marching Band has formed a 76 on the field to honor the memory of their brother, Stephen Sylvester. Today's halftime show will feature 3 of the most recognizable pop songs from the last 15 years. Leading off with one of the most iconic hits of the 2000s, Let's Live Life with Coldplay's Viva La Vida. Then watch and listen as the band erupts on the field with Bastille's 2013 smash hit Pompeii. And finally, switching from straight to swing, the band features Mark Ronson and Bruno Mars' smash hit Uptown Funk. Drum majors, the field is yours.
to the 2023 Catholic Central Commencement.
Although we are all still working every day to better ourselves and to become the people we want to be for the rest of our lives, I fully believe that we will all leave a mark on this world. Thank you.
Gentlemen, it's been an honor to spend these last 4 years with you, and I look forward to the adventures that life has in store for each and every one of us. I'd like to thank you all for the privilege of serving as your student council president this past year, and I wish you all the best in life. Thank you all, and God bless you.
Welcome you back to the second half of the 79th Annual Boys Bowl, where Catholic Central dominated possession time and points in the first half, leading 27-0. They've outgained the Warriors 277 to 69 through 2 quarters of play here. And they will start the second half with the football. They won the toss, deferred to the second, and played an almost perfect first half. And for Brother Rice, it is an uphill climb.
We'll see if this game changes at all as we move into the second half, but the way it's looking, the Shamrocks I don't think I've seen them play better this year.
Yeah. Hopefully a sign of things to come as the Boys Bowl weekend kicks off 4 straight weekends of home games for Catholic Central. First, it's St. John's Jesuit coming up from Toledo, and then another Ohio team down in Cincinnati, LaSalle, will come and visit. And that'll be followed by Mumford from Detroit to wrap up the regular season for the Shamrocks. John Almeida out from the 1-yard line, makes a man miss, and is all the way out to the 40-yard line. A 39-yard return for the senior Almeida, the track star sprinter on the 100-meter.
Yeah, with Shamrock returns, you always got to look for a flag, but that was clean. Great job by Almeida using that speed down the left sideline and putting the Shamrocks in. Might be their best field position so far, aside from the 1 gash touchdown.
And Bo Jackson heads to the sideline to start the drive. Going to be Jaden Pyden starting the second half at the quarterback position, and we've seen this a lot in the early going. Pyden 9 carries, 37 rushing yards, and a rushing score on that first down. Dylan Fairchild called up from the JV team in motion. Pyden rolls out right, looking his way. The baseball connection instead. He throws to Matt Williams, and it falls incomplete. The coverage there by Andrew Zawida from Brother Rice, and it'll bring up second down.
Yeah, aside from that last play, both quarterbacks in this game have played really well. Bo was 7 for 9, 136 yards. Obviously, he had a couple big plays, the screen pass to Sampson, the sideline one to Andrew Kitchen. Pyden's only thrown the ball 3 times, but one of those was down the middle to Sampson Gash, 47-yard touchdown. Also ran the ball well, has a touchdown on the ground. So it's nice to see, especially with an offense that have been struggling.
Fairchild again in motion, but it's Pyden keeping, spinning off a tackle, lowers his shoulder, and muscles forward. Going to be close to the spot on the line to gain, a yard shy. Pyden picks up 9 on second down.
There's that physical running we've seen from Pyden. He had the long touchdown last week against De La Salle, 46 yards.
And for the Shamrocks at home, Nathan Semp is into street clothes with his jersey over top. No pads. He is checked out. He will not return to this game. He went down on the final play of regulation in the first half in the end zone on that deep ball. Still trying to find Sampson Gash. He is not out there to start the second half. 3rd down and 1. Pyden will keep it, running left, bulldozing forward, breaks a tackle, somehow uses his hand to brace forward. And another solid chunk for Jaden Pyden.
Back to the Semp injury. This is a team that's already thin at the receiver position, and missing another guy out wide, especially a senior like Semp, it's not going to help. Probably going to see the Shamrocks focus even more on the running game.
And so for moments notice, Dylan Fairchild and Matt Williams are out at wide receiver, along with Dom Allum, kind of in that rover wide receiver tight end slot. He lines up far to the left side of Pyden. Cedric Williams, the featured back, on 1st and 10. And he goes to Cedric. Cedric running right side, able to find a nice running space and picks up about 5 yards on the play.
Good run there by Williams, almost good misdirection there as the late motion from Alam to the left side, and then the zone play to that right side. Williams, good hard run. We've seen more and more of him every week. Didn't see him at all in that opener against Dearborn, and he got a few carries in that game against St. Mary's. We'll see how much they use him in the second half, as it's been pretty much Pyden. He's been the sole runner for this team.
See if Pyden maybe pulls out the pass. Instead, they give it to Williams. That inside zone run up the middle, close to the spot. And they'll move the chains. It's a 1st down for Cedric Williams, picking up about 6 yards.
Yeah, good hard run there. Got through that first contact just enough to gain the first down. We'll see if Piden airs it out here. You got two guys, Williams and Fairchild, on the left side.
Also Moyer, that fullback. He had a big first down catch on third down last week against De La Salle.
And he almost had a touchdown.
And early in this one. Piden will throw it. Gonna go deep for Matt Williams. Turns his shoulder, adjusts, makes the catch, waltzes in. Matt Williams, touchdown.
And that's just a really physical play by Williams. Boxes out the defender, makes a great catch, and almost spun back towards the middle and was surprised that he didn't get brought down.
And Bo Jackson, only 4 passing touchdowns on the season. Piden has half of that in just 2.5 quarters of play. So Piden with 2 completions today, and he's got 2 touchdowns. And a third one on the ground, 33-0 Shamrocks. Metegan about to extend the lead.
Yeah, as we expected, it's been pretty much running the ball with Piden, and it's almost been used to their advantage when they do try to throw the ball on play-action plays like that, where the Brother Rice defense has only got 2 guys on the 2 receivers on the left side. They're not really respecting Piden's arm and just puts it in a place where his receiver can make a play.
And kind of had to come back to the ball, but Williams more physical and just wrestles it. Able to get that momentum and take it into the end zone. Shamrocks 34, Warriors nothing. Short break before Shamrocks will kick it away to the Warriors. 34-0. You're listening to the Shamrock Media Network. See, Brother Rice maybe makes a quarterback switch here. Morogi 7 for 14, 50 yards and an INT, along with 11 rushing yards, but unable to get anything going. With the exception of that drive with the penalties, and then the blocked kick nullified that, as that is Abro out past the 25. Some solid starting field position for the Warriors, and
The best all day. They've not started past the 25 on any drive before this.
Morogi out, captaining this Warriors offense. He'll start from the 27.
Took a big shot from Krieger on that last drive, but he came back in later on and looks to be okay right now.
2 receivers on each side. Farich, the running back. Marigny gives to Farich, up the middle running. And tough to find space. That Shamrock front 7, solid as usual. Cheney and Rogowski combined for the tackle here. And a short gain of 3. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7.
And for a Brother Rice team that likes to run the ball, they haven't been crazy effective with it on the air, but they do like to run it with either Morogi or Farich, only averaging 1.7 yards per carry on 13 carries. Just really shows how this front 7 has been a dominant force all season long.
Morogi in the gun, motioning Orozco over. Takes the snap, looks Orozco's way, throws short over the middle, caught by Lucas Wells, makes a man miss, breaks a tackle, and he's out to the 49-yard line.
A great fingertips catch by Wells. That ball was a little bit in front of him, but he grabbed it with 4 fingers on each hand and was able to turn it into one of the biggest plays by this Brother Rice team all day.
It's a 19-yard gain for Lucas Wells. He's been the second favorite target from Morogi today. He leads the team in receiving, 42 yards on 3 catches. And Brother Rice offense has shown improvement. They started the game with 3 3-and-outs. They had some nice first downs. Morogi threw a red zone interception, and then, of course, the penalty drive was stunted by that blocked field goal. but they've been down near the goal line a few times. Morogi will give here on first down. No running room here. Abro pummeled at the line of scrimmage.
A great play by the middle linebacker, Aiden Quinn, just darting right into the hole and not allowing any yards after Farage got to that first level. Pretty much exactly how this game has gone for Brother Rice. Just no room to run at all. They have about as many yards off penalties as they do through regular. I mean, still under 100 yards of offense.
2nd and 10 from a yard behind midfield. Morogi takes the snap, screen pass for Orozco, double pass, looking deep downfield, got a man and it's caught. Pushed out of bounds by Kitchen at the end of the play. That's Peter Biglin, the wide receiver. And the double pass trickery works in the Warriors' favor, and they pick up a nice chunk first down.
Yeah, as we take a look at the replay, Orozco came in as the emergency quarterback when Morogi had to miss a play. Great job by Morogi. He was almost a forward pass, but was able to keep it lateral and just downfield. Biggest play of the day for the Warriors, and they're threatening in the red zone here. Almost in the red zone.
Yeah, 26-yard gain. Vegas Say checks into the game at running back. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers on 1st and 10. Morogi takes the snap. The give is to Vegas Say. Running left side. No running room. Brought down instantly. Looks like it was Cheney in on the stop. Maybe Kyle Ewing.
We've passed the halfway mark in this third quarter. 5:52 to play. Catholic Central up 34-0 on their rival. Well on their way to making it 9-9-9.
Yeah, echoing Coach Asante's words from the assembly. Definitely not doing themselves any favor. Taking a long time to break the huddle. 34-0 Shamrocks. 2nd down and 11 from the 26-yard line. Morogi in the gun, takes the snap, looking, flushed out of the pocket, and somehow got rid of the ball. Rogowski was the first to get to him, and I'm sure we will see a flag come in here for intentional grounding.
Let's see what the call is. Looks like he got it out in time. Going to be 3rd and 11.
Yeah, maybe not.
Jordan McKeith making the play there, checking in.
How about McKeith? They've actually moved Kale to the interior here. He's playing tackle now.
Yeah, along with Rutherford, who we didn't see a lot of on defense. He's been playing pretty much 2 ways all afternoon today. We saw more Zane Baydoun a couple weeks ago against St. Mary's.
Bunch set, Morogi. 3rd and 11. Running right, throwing long, and he overshot Orozco as there was a collision in the end zone. But it's incomplete, and it brings up 4th down.
I mean, the Shamrock front 4 has really posed a threat to this Brother Rice line. So they try to roll out Morogi to the right side there and just wasn't able to put it anywhere near any of his receivers. I feel if it was a better ball, that could have been a possible pass interference on the Shamrocks. But the way that ball was placed, there's no way that flag was getting thrown.
5 to play in the 3rd quarter. Fourth down and 11. Brother Rice knocking on the door. Motioning. Morogi rolling out right. Throwing short. Passes jumped. Rude nearly had a pick. Morogi wishes he had that throw back. Absolutely nothing there. Yeah, and it's a turnover on down for the Warriors.
And Morogi would have been better served just trying to run for it himself, just trying to force it where there was no room, and Rude nearly had a pick, and he could have been gone if he had caught that ball. Either way, it'll be Shamrock's possession at the 26-yard line as they look to add on to this 5-score lead.
Shamrocks have scored on every possession in this game. Biden on the jet sweep to John Almeida. Hits the hole and able to pick up a nice chunk on first down.
Yeah, good defense there from the Warriors. Really saw that play from the beginning. As Shamrocks have been using a lot of motion, they were able to follow Almeida there and hold him to a gain of 4.
He was the third featured back, Almeida was, week 1. We've seen just a combination of many. I mean, not the typical 3-headed backfield with Jafer, Lyons, and Hager. As we have some pre-snap movement here. And we'll move him back 5 yards. Penalties have been killer for the Shamrocks today.
Almost 100 yards of penalties in this one. And it'll be 2nd and 11.
I mean, 60 on one drive.
Mm-hmm. That's something you can see, though, especially in a game like this. You're going to be trying to rotate in a lot of your backups, your reserves, trying to get them some playing time, and that can cause miscommunications between the players.
Almeida in the slot. Krieger's that fullback. Almeida in motion. They give it to 31. Connor Ryan with his first carry of the season.
Does well with it, too.
Emptying the bench in the early going here.
It'll be back where it would have been if there hadn't been a false start.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if we see Pyden run again.
Doesn't make any sense to get any more wear and tear on his tires.
Especially after the 30-plus carry workload he had last week. Otherwise, student section is completely emptied from the start of the game. Pyden fakes it. He'll throw. Lining up. And he had a man deep. He's going to go for it. That ball is caught. Down the field, Fairchild. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Catholic Central. It's the varsity baseball connection between Dylan Fairchild and Jaden Pyden. Correct me if you've heard this. That's 3 completions for Pyden today, and all 3 have gone for touchdowns.
Yeah, Pyden missed him right away. I mean, Fairchild just blew past that Brother Rice defense and sees him right before he gets crushed by a couple Warrior defenders. Fairchild makes the catch and outruns the last defender, runs from the right hash all the way to the left corner in order to evade him. Great job by Fairchild. 30 yards after the catch. An extra point away from 41-0.
How about your first varsity game? Dylan Fairchild is going to make the highlight reel today. 40-0 Shamrocks. Just pouring it on. Mategan's kick straight through the uprights. It's 41-0 at the Elm. Fairchild's touchdown catch.
The Shamrocks have not punted yet today. Scored on every single possession. And I don't think we've seen a more complete performance by this team in a while. Coach Hasante's got to be extremely pleased with how this team's played, especially with all the injuries, some key players. Obviously no Nico Genrich or Dwayne Johnson. Rob Wiersbicki is not, we have not seen him in the game.
He's dressed, but he hasn't gone out there that I've seen.
You got to hope that some of these other guys like Samson Gash, Nathan Semp are able to get healthy for the rest of this season. The Shamrocks team is looking the best they've looked all year.
Mategan to boot it deep 2:51 to play in the third quarter. And 21 for Brother Rice. Out to the 40-yard line. Good return from Andrew Zawida.
Yeah, a little bit of a shorter boot there from Matigan. Great job taking the most of it there by Zawida all the way out to the 40-yard line. See what Brother Rice can do with this field position.
Shamrock first team on defense has kind of been cut in half. Still got Kitchen out there, Rude, Kersey, and DeAndre Green, Aiden Quinn. Cheney still out there, but then you got guys like Jeremiah Ingram,
Jordan
McKeith, Owen Brown out there.
It's like they've shifted Rogowski inside to allow McKeith to come off the edge.
And Rogowski just filthy from any position you put him at. We've entered a running clock here in the third. As that's Abro on the carry, and he is swallowed up by Jeremiah Ingram, making his first tackle of the day.
Just showing how deep the Shamrock defense is.
Got Casper Moyer out there on defense as well. He's in the middle. Shamrock's going to empty their bench. Utter domination from the Shamrocks today. Still with a quarter to play. Morogi to pass. Throwing short. That pass is caught. Nice tackle by DeAndre Green.
Yeah, great play from him.
And that was a catch made by Nicholas Covey. Brings up third and short. Just about a minute to play in third. Morogi looking short again for Covey again, and Green basically duplicates the same play. Stops him shy of the first down. And Brother Rice will have to snap it before the end of the third.
Looks like they're going to, as you would have expected, try to stay on here and gain this first down. But, I mean, this Shamrock defense, we've talked about the offense and how they've played, but this defense, this is the most dominant we've seen from them all season. Obviously, Brother Rice isn't a world beater on the offensive side, but the way that the Shamrocks have played, not allowing any yards, except that one drive with a little bit of all the penalties and issues like that, as that gets batted away there on fourth down.
The way Stone Cheney in there to bat it down. Keep going.
The way this defense has controlled this game as time runs out in this third quarter has been extremely impressive.
So the running clock will mark an end of this third quarter. Brother Rice turns it over on downs. Catholic Central will regain possession, and they lead 41-0 at the end of three. Catholic Central and Brother Rice meeting in the 79th Annual Boys Bowl on the Shamrock Media Network. Back in a moment for the final quarter of action. Bo Jackson out here to start the drive for the Shamrocks. Give on first down is to Almeida. And he's out to the 43-yard line.
Warriors player shaken up after that play.
Gain of 5 on the play. It's second down and 5.
Number 87, Jack Fleury.
He's a defensive starter off that edge. Jackson takes the snap, feeds Almeida again up the gut. Very short gain. Maybe got 1 yard.
And although we haven't seen a lot of him, only thrown the ball 9 times, this has been the most impressive we've seen Bo Jackson all season. Most accurate, putting the ball on his man, giving him space to work. Doesn't have any touchdowns, but the way he's played this game has been impressive.
So it brings up third down and about 4 yards. It's likely we'll see them keep it on the ground basically for the remainder of the game. Oh, they throw it here. Matt Williams makes the catch on the quick slant, picks up the first down, and will keep this Shamrock drive alive. Maybe a confidence pass there. Bo Jackson
just a little run
converting on third down.
Just a run pass option. Had a couple slants coming from that left side, and Jackson just puts it right on his man and lets Williams gain that first down.
How about Matt Williams on the day? 3 catches for 54 yards and a touchdown. It's good for 14 PPR fantasy points. As Almeida goes back to work on the ground and a shoestring tackle. Now, Almeida is notorious for that.
He didn't think he was down for a second. It took the officials a hot minute to blow the whistle.
Now Azuka is banged up. Ethan Godin. Could tell by his jog on the field who that is.
This is the worst thing the Shamrocks can hope for right now is any injuries, especially to a guy like Azuka, only a sophomore, 300-pound left guard, excuse me. Let's hope he's all right.
Jackson in the gun, 3 receivers. Almeida stays in the game at running back, and he'll get the carry on first down. Moving off the left edge, and he's got another nice chunk and the first down.
And Almeida had been the third guy to the backfield for the first couple weeks. Obviously scored in the St. Francis game, but then we didn't really see him for a few weeks. Especially, it was more Cedric Williams who was getting the carries in that spot.
Yeah.
Now we've seen carries from both of them, but right now Almeida has 5, Williams has 3.
Yeah, Almeida has moved strictly to special teams and this third-team offense. Jackson takes the snap. It's a faker, and now Jackson lost the ball, able to regain possession, but he's swallowed up, and now just need to make sure Jackson stays healthy after that.
Yeah, he'll lose about 4 on that one. Fleury's back in the game to make that play.
Yeah, they try to go read option, kind of get some separation for Bo. Checking in for the Shamrocks as they just continue to empty this bench. You got John Altstadt out there at wide receiver. You've also got the other Altstadt, Nick Altstadt, out there at wide receiver. And Jack Murphy, who saw his shoulder in a sling after that Dearborn game, and he's made a return. He's back on the field. Almeida gets the carry on second down, and he is bottled up at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Thomas Rademacher.
Yeah, we had seen a lot of Murphy on defense in that Dearborn game, but I think this is the first time we've seen him line up out wide.
Clock continues to eat away. 7.5 minutes to play in this one.
Connor Ryan goes into the game at tailback. 3rd and long.
Jackson in the gun, takes the snap to give. No, it's a fake. Jackson fooled everyone. And on the keeper, he's able to pick up a few yards more. And now, will they go for it, or will Matigan get a chance to have a hat trick of field goals.
Looks like the offense is staying out as of right now. At this point, the three won't do much for either side. So you might as well just try to get more reps for these guys.
Have to imagine they're going to throw the ball here. Get Jackson some practice throwing in these 3rd and 4th down scenarios.
Only one corner on the 2 receivers out left.
That's Murphy in the slot, almost unguarded. That safety is waiting. And Jackson will take the snap. It's a high snap and all sorts of trouble. Ryan will just have to eat this one.
You mentioned Swartha getting the start today at center. Maybe that's had to deal with some communication issues. It was Perry at center last week with the bad snap that led to the ultimately game-deciding score in that matchup. Brother Rice will take over here at the 30-yard line.
Just a true definition of a one-score game last week. Came down to an untimed down on the final play, and Jackson's pass for McBride just fell just short, knocked out of his hands. Could have tied the game, sent it to overtime. Shamrocks could have elected to go for 2. The running clock will continue here. As we approach 5 minutes left in the 79th Boys Bowl. Morogi, perhaps the last shot at getting points for the Warriors. Fakes to give, looking, gonna throw over the middle, and the pass is knocked away. Casmer Moyer jumps in front of it and deflects it. The intended target on that one was Colin Mayett.
Yeah, he was looking at the receiver the entire time there. If he had gotten his head around, could have been an interception. Either way, great coverage there by Moyer. Under 5 to go in this one. All Shamrocks.
All Shamrocks.
Even the penalty category, all Shamrocks.
Morogi on 2nd down. Moves up in the pocket, fires, and has Lucas Wells. Good form tackle by Smack Murphy, as they call him, and now a flag comes in.
Not sure what the flag is. Would like to point out is how the Shamrocks tackling has been on point all game. The way they've gotten the shoulder right into the chest of Brother Rice players and planted. Oh, they call a personal foul there? I didn't know there were 5-yard face masks were still in. Obviously, they used to be in the NFL for incidental calls. I didn't know high school.
Yeah, just about every variation of every penalty in this game.
Yeah. I think that's the 4th different type of personal foul we've seen.
So from the 41, Morogi has a bunch set to his left. Looks over the middle, fires, and a nice hit laid, but the catch is made over the middle. That is Ryan Gorsica, starter on the defensive side, and makes a catch here on offense. Picks up about 8 yards, so Brother Rice may be able to stretch it out down the field and maybe pick up some points before they leave the Elm here tonight. Morogi moves up in the pocket. He can run, and he will get the 1st down. He is escorted to the sideline by Drake Willard, brother of Gavin, who was in attendance today, along with a slew of other alumni. Seeing Antonio Biggs, Brady Blakita.
Kyle Roberts down there as well.
Yatumas are here.
Obviously, Michael Ramirez, who's assistant coach for the freshman team.
And the 50-50 winner is right in front of us. $2,600.
Not bad at all.
You pay for a $10 ticket and you walk out with $2.5K. I mean, that's a win right there. Morogi on 1st down, throwing over the middle for Wells, and the pass is caught. And Wells has been the leading receiver for the Warriors today.
Yeah, Ben Orozco had all the stats for the team coming into this one, but Great. Quiet game from Logan Wells.
Lucas Wells.
Lucas Wells. Sorry.
5 for 68. Morogi up over 100 yards, 13 for 23 and 126. And that costly interception. No touchdowns for the Warriors in this one. Only 3 on the year by the offensive side. Looking to make it 4 here. Morogi going to take a deep shot. Firing over the middle. Pass nearly intercepted through the hands of Cedric Williams.
Yeah, he read it the entire way. If he had taken a step or two backwards, he might have been able to reach that ball just over his hands. And Williams almost had a shot at it as well. If the ball had been thrown a little farther.
Yeah,
Sorry, Wells.
Along with the Young Yang back there to force the incompletion as we approach the final minute here. Maybe 2 plays left for the Warriors. .40 seconds and counting. Morogi in the gun, 4 receivers. Takes the snap, looking, gonna throw over the middle, and the pass is broken up. River Cheney in coverage. And that will bring up the final play for the Warriors today. Fighting against the clock. And the Shamrock defense.
See if they're able to get it in. 15 seconds to go. Looks like they're set. Trips on the near side.
Morogi throws short. Pass is caught by Wells. Stiff arm. And Ingram and a slew of other defenders stop his forward progress. That will do it. Catholic Central gets their first shutout in the Boys Bowl since 2009 when they beat St. Mary's 27-0. And they make it 9 straight against Brother Rice. And they right the ship after losing last year in the Boys Bowl. They return the favor and shut out the Brother Rice Warriors in a 41-0 thwomping here at the Elm, which was ushered by a combination of Jaden Pyden throwing for 3 and running for another touchdown, and Bo Jackson's precision skills. How about that Shamrock defense?
One of the more impressive showings I've seen from the Shamrock defense in my 3 years of calling games. The way they just were able to wrap up on the first tackle, everything like that. It's impressive.
Yeah, I want to thank everyone for tuning in at home. From us in the booth, it's Josh Rothert alongside Lucas Straish. Francis Toma did an excellent job on statistics today. Hayden Saka on the stream. Drew Sholak was upstairs. He was manning the main camera. And downstairs on the field, you had Gage Phillip. I want to thank you all for joining us, and have a fantastic night. Drive safe, and go Shamrocks.